The infographic illustrates the share of renewable energy across three major sectors: electricity, heat, and transport. Electricity has the highest share at 22.31%, compared with a target of 30%. Heat contributes 5.64% against a 12% target, while transport records the lowest share at 4.23%, with a target of 10%. Overall, the infographic shows that electricity is leading renewable energy adoption, whereas the heat and transport sectors still require significant improvement to achieve their targets. It highlights the ongoing transition towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy future. The infographic compares the annual height growth of boys and girls from birth to 18 years of age. Overall, both boys and girls experience rapid height growth during the early years, followed by a relatively stable growth period throughout childhood. Around the age of 10, the growth rate increases again. Boys reach their peak growth at approximately 14 years of age, while girls experience their highest growth around the age of 13. After these peak years, the growth rate gradually slows and nearly stops by the age of 18. Overall, the chart highlights the different growth patterns of boys and girls from childhood to adolescence.
The infographic compares the distribution of male and female birth rates across the days of the week. Overall, birth rates vary slightly from one day to another for both genders. Thursday records the highest percentage for both male and female births, while Monday shows the lowest proportion. Female birth rates are relatively higher during the weekend compared to male birth rates. Overall, the infographic highlights how birth patterns differ throughout the week for male and female babies. The diagram illustrates the restaurant order management process. First, customers are seated at their tables. The waiter takes the order using a mobile device. The order is then sent to the restaurant's computer system for processing. Finally, separate order tickets are automatically printed for the kitchen and the bar, allowing food and beverages to be prepared efficiently. Overall, the process improves accuracy, saves time, and ensures smooth restaurant operations. The map illustrates the distribution of harlequin ladybird sightings across England during 2004 and 2005. Red circles represent records from 2004, while black squares indicate observations from 2005. Most sightings are concentrated in eastern and southeastern England, with relatively few records in the western regions. The map suggests that the species became more widespread over time, particularly in the southern part of the country. Overall, it highlights the geographical spread of the harlequin ladybird across England. The image presents a combination of a line chart and a pie chart showing online sales overview for 2024. The line chart illustrates monthly sales from January to December. Sales increased steadily from January to June, reaching a peak in June. They then declined from July to September, with September recording the lowest figure. After that, sales recover significantly in October and November and reach another high point in December. The pie chart displays sales by product category. Electronics accounts for the largest share at 30%, followed by fashion at 25%, home and kitchen at 20%, books at 15%, and other at 10%. Overall, the charts indicate that sales fluctuate throughout the year, while electronics contributes the largest proportion of total sales. The image shows a beautiful mountain lake at sunset. In the foreground, there is a wooden dock with 3 small boats floating on the calm water. The lake reflects the colorful sky, creating a peaceful and scenic view. In the background, there are tall mountains, dense green forests, and a lodge surrounded by nature. The sun is setting behind the trees, filling the sky with shades of orange, pink, and purple. Overall, the picture represents the beauty of nature and creates a calm, relaxing, and refreshing atmosphere. The image is a line graph illustrating monthly sales performance throughout the year 2024. The horizontal axis represents the months from January to December, while the vertical axis shows sales in lakh rupees. Overall, sales show an upward trend with some fluctuations. Sales start at 45 lakh in January and increase steadily to reach 150 lakh in June. After June, sales decline and hit the lowest point of 70 lakh in September. From October onwards, sales recover significantly, rising to 110 lakh in October, 145 lakh in November, and reaching the highest value of 180 lakh in December. Overall, the graph indicates that although sales experienced a temporary decline in the middle of the year, they finished the year with strong growth and an overall positive trend. The image is a flowchart illustrating the online order process from beginning to end. The process starts when a customer visits a website or mobile application. Next, the customer browses products and adds selected items to the shopping cart. After that, the customer proceeds to checkout, enters the required details, and completes the online payment. Once the payment is successful, the order is confirmed, and the seller begins processing it. The order is then shipped and finally delivered to the customer. Overall, the flowchart presents a simple and systematic process that begins with product selection and ends with the successful delivery of the order. The image is a pie chart illustrating the market share of 5 companies in 2024. The chart shows that Company A holds the largest market share at 30%, followed by Company B with 25%. Company C accounts for 20%, while Company D represents 15%. Company E has the smallest share at 10%. Overall, the chart indicates that Company A is the market leader, whereas Company E contributes the smallest proportion. The market share is distributed among 5 companies, with the top 3 companies accounting for the majority of the total market.